I will now introduce Ross Lesson 47, beginning with 47.1 Special Usages of Pronouns. Number 1. An independent pronoun may be written as the subject of a finite verb to show emphasis or strong contrast. And you get an example of that in Genesis 15 and verse 4. Here you have lo yiratzka ze. This one will not inherit from you. Ki'im, but rather asher, the one who Yetzei mi me'eka, the one who goes forth from your loins. Who? He is the one. Yirasheka, he is the one who will inherit, who will be heir. Now, the who here is unnecessary in terms of just, having the word he in there, because the imperfect verb would have a he, third masculine singular, but you add the who to form a contrast and to put emphasis on the subject. Number 2, a demonstrative pronoun with its predicate noun or adjective may qualify a noun in a manner similar to a relative clause. Example, Genesis 14:8, Umelech Bela, who, or actually it's vocalized he, Zoar. King of Bela, it is Zoar, literally, but it means Bela, which is Zoar, or that is Zoar. And so it's functioning, the who is, or in this case, actually it's a he. It's written who as if there was a vav there, but the Masoretes thought it was grammatically wrong and vocalized it as if it had a yod. So anyway, it is Zohar. I think they probably used the masculine at one point generically for both genders, but then the Masoretes fix it to what their practice was. 3, a demonstrative pronoun may reiterate the subject in a nominal clause. In such cases, this pronoun is not necessarily even translated. So here you have the son of the acquisition of my house, and then it uses who, he is, and then Eliezer of Damascus is what follows. And but it could just be translated, the son of the acquisition of my house is Eliezer of Damascus. In this kind of a clause, the who is almost translated as if it's the verb to be, is, instead of translating it he. A fourth way that demonstratives can be used, a demonstrative pronoun may be written with an interrogative clause to add special force to the question. Genesis 3:13, Vayomer Adonai Elohim La'isha, and Yahweh God said to the woman, Mazeh asit, what is this you have done? Now that this is a little redundant in English, so we probably just translate it, what have you done? But literally it's what is this you have done? And so that would add a little bit of emphasis to the accusation. For example, what in the world have you done? Or what is it that you have done? That kind of thing. 47.2, perinomasia. Perinomasia is a kind of wordplay. If it were meant to be funny, we'd call it a pun. But it's an employment of two words that may be unrelated in origin and meaning, but have a similar sound and appearance to emphasize some aspect of the meaning or to aid memory through the repetition of sounds. Gives three examples. So in Genesis 9:27, Yaftah Elohim LaYephet, and here you have Yod Pei Tav, Yod Pei Tav. In this context, they don't seem to be particularly related in meaning necessarily, but nonetheless, it's a bit of a word play in having the similar sound. Another example is Genesis 11 and verse 9, Al-Ken Karaj Shema, therefore you will call its name Babel, Ki Sham, because there, Balal, confuse Adonai, and goes on to say that the Lord confused the languages, mixed up the languages. Well, Babel kind of sounds like the ball of Balal, and it's a wordplay as if Babylon has some etymological meaning with mixing, though in fact Babel in Akkadian means Bab Ilu, gate of the gods, and is not related to confusion at all. But this is a wordplay, something to make it more memorable to the Hebrew reader. Another bit of perinomasia is in 15:2, where acquisition, Meshech, son of the acquisition of my house, sounds like part of the word for someone from Damascus, Dam Mesech. So Mem Sin Kov, and here you have Mem Shin Kov, but they're close enough to form a word play. Section 43.3, the use of imminent future participles. The participle may describe an action as if it were occurring in the present, the linear durative action of the predicate use, but actually refer to the imminent future. And this usage is often introduced with the particle hene, translated sometimes behold. Example in the flood narrative, Genesis 6:17, va'ani, which is pending case, and as for me, hini, behold I, and then you have a hiphil participle, mevin, am bringing, but it means I am bringing in the imminent future. I am bringing et ha mabul, the flood, mayim, of water. I am bringing the flood of water al haaretz, upon the earth. And so here mevin, the hiphil participle from bo, is saying what God is about to do. Again, imminent future. The next example is from Genesis 15:3. Hainli lo natata zara. Since to me you have not given seed, you have not given me descendants. Vehene, then behold, or that's over translating it. Ben Bati, a son of my house. And then you get the participle, Yoresh, is going to inherit, oti, me, is going to inherit, in this context, from me. And here the calactive participle masculine singular, Yoresh, from Yorash, means what will happen in the not too distant future. Behold, the son of my household will at some future point inherit. And again, that's the imminent future use of the participle. So that's an introduction to the grammar of Genesis 15, and Lahit Ro, we'll see you later.